know it's a few miles before you get to the other food. You'll go there.
I haven't been. I mean, it's just too expensive.
It depends on what you ordered there.
Well,
They're comfortable to everybody else, but it depends on what you order.
anytime I've ever been by one where there was an option of that.
Yeah.
Well, a little bit so I can see the chat.
Man, they got some chicken fried steak there. Their chicken fried steak is
The only thing we know for sure about future developments is that they will develop.
That's a profound statement if I've ever heard one.
Yeah, that's pretty good. What's up, Mr. Atkins? Sean Atkins is a buddy of mine I play disc golf with.
Oh, okay. Is he on there now?
Yeah, he said, yo.
Yo, Sean. Sean, right?
Yeah. Yep. Oh, bitch, stay up. Alright. Hey, Missy. I need my seat.
Did you just call your phone a bitch?
I called that a bitch. It's not my phone.
Oh, whose phone is it?
It's his phone. I wish it would tell me who else joined. What's up, Brad? Come on, Missy. You gotta get up. I want my seat. It's either that or we're sharing. Or are you gonna let me share with you? Oh,
Awesome.
Your deal is
Awesome.
she's Mrs.
What are we smoking today?
This is the last of the TS4 I have.
Oh, okay.
So the Sorbet number 4 until what? 3 weeks?
About that, yeah.
Oh, she's lucky I like her.
It's nice today.
It was a pretty nice day out.
The humidity isn't stifling. It's just right. For me, at least. Although I like a lot of humidity.
Really?
Oh, I love it.
Get out and start some Frisbees. It's nice.
Thank you, Missy. Here, let me out of the way so you can chill.
Yeah, you get those big ass forceps from Lou. That's huge.
She got me those a long time ago. Like,
I haven't talked to him in a couple of days.
yeah, I haven't either. I gotta call him.
He'll be calling me between now and Wednesday.
I just am not ready to, like, he's inviting people over and shit and smoking with people now. So it's like,
Yeah, give me another week or two. Then I'll be able to.
no, I'm still
not-
waiting.
Oh, I'm not-
I'm waiting until fucking.
I'm not smoking with nobody.
I smoke with one person, but I won't smoke in a group. That's too dangerous. That's like Russian
I'm not even
roulette.
smoking with one person. I
Because
haven't shared a joint with anybody in over 2 months.
Yeah, joint wise, I haven't shared anything. I've shared that thing with him,
But
but
yeah, it's been 2 months
I
since
mean-
I've done anything like that.
I can assess how you are. Like if I look, granted, I know there's a.
You can assess how you are.
Yeah, if some assess how somebody is, you know. Granted, I know there's asymptomatic people, but like if I look at somebody and they've got a runny nose, fuck no, I'm not smoking with you.
They got a
You know, if you're looking
running
sweaty,
noses isn't even a symptom of
this
COVID.
virus.
sweaty, whatever, you sneezing, I don't.
It's fever, dry cough,
Yep.
no taste buds.
Yeah, you
Taste
can't
buds
taste
say
it.
goodbye.
Like you lose your
Cut
taste.
you. Yep.
It'd be a shitty way to live without taste.
I think it's taste and smell, I believe.
Well, they go hand in hand.
Yeah,
You don't taste without smell. Why do you think I can't taste shit?
because you can't
Without
smell
smell
shit.
That's why she's like, you gotta wash the dog.
Fuck!
Are you serious,
Give me a paper.
motherfucker?
Just give me a paper. Son of a bitch. Not you.
Yeah, just ruin that. That's the last of it, man.
Man. It's the last of it,
It is,
man.
dude. I've been carrying it for 2 weeks now for you to try it.
Don't worry, it's all good in the neighborhood. I remember when I used to be able to roll half decently.
Until you saw me rolling.
That was years ago. Well, I never was a good
Look at
roller.
that mess you made.
Well,
All that extra weight just gone.
It's not gone anywhere.
Like a whole joint. No wonder your shit looks like it's fragrant.
It's a whole joint.
Or
Look.
a joint.
I don't know.
We'll have no old man bashing in here today, okay?
So the tournament, that I told you about, the Death by Buzz,
Mm-hmm.
is on Saturday.
This Saturday?
Yep.
Where is that going to be? Holly?
Nope, it's in Flint.
Flint. What course is in Flint?
Is that a one-day affair?
Yep, half a day. Mott Park.
Oh, yeah.
Holly's a little too compact to be having that many people. Mott Park's way more spread out, so you can actually like
Gotcha.
do all that different stuff. Have smoker circles and all that stuff. Man, you wait till you see these plants at that condo.
Really?
The difference in light is astonishing.
That's good then.
Am I wrong?
Yeah, I think Gavitas are great.
It's unbelievable the difference. So like, I feel like downstairs is gonna be doing fine but it may be, I may need to get rid of those vipers for veg too. I might need to fucking Michael Bonar Ozzy posted something that says I'm listening. What you listening to? We're listening for
What up, Ozzy?
What up, what up?
Old Man Ozzy. I haven't done I haven't been able to do a smoking with him. I wanted to do a smoking with Jerry, my buddy Jerry.
What's the problem? Oh, because of the virus.
Because of the virus. I mean, they don't give a shit. They're both the type of people that just do what they do anyway, so. But
The virus. The motherfucking virus.
I don't know. It's one of those things where I keep distance anyway. When I hang around with people,
Yeah.
I'm not the type of person that likes to be in people's
Anyhow,
houses.
yeah.
You're not a huggy
Right.
person.
I'm not a huggy person.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's not much difference, and to be honest with you, I'm more concerned on what it could turn into than I am what it is now.
Oh, me too.
Because that's the Spanish flu. The same shit was happening.
Me too.
World War I was happening.
I'm hoping it's not a second wave, but if it's going to be a second wave, it's really going to be bad.
Yeah, and it's going to be because of these
Mhm.
protests and everything else that's going on.
Yeah, well,
And at least the protesters are a little more. They're wearing fucking. You see more of these protesters with face masks on.
with masks on, but still, they're not doing any 6 foot away shit. They can't.
No, not.
You know, you got-
See,
15,000 people there. How you going to do it? You're not going to do it.
that's true.
It's almost impossible. I just hope it doesn't start a spread. That's all. And it's not just them. It's other
People
people.
going up north.
Yep. People going to the beach. All kinds of shit, man.
Yeah.
If this shit comes back, it's going to be bad for a lot of people, man.
What the worst part is how they'll use it to take even more power.
You know, I'm not worried about that.
Are you not?
No.
I watch it.
I'm more worried about death than that.
Well, I guess from a person who's been oppressed their whole life, at some point you just give up on the.
Well, you start to realize certain things are going to be certain ways. And
Yeah.
until something profound happens. See, we've technically been through this before. But the only problem was before, it was very few white people involved. It was mostly Jews involved.
Yeah, because they were considered like some.
They were
Jewish
considered,
people
yeah, they were
consider
considered.
themselves not white.
So, you know, but I've been here before. Will it really make a change? I don't know. All I do know this: if 90% of the people that turned out for these marches vote against Trump, he's out of there.
Yes.
He is out of there because his little club is nowhere near the size of the other club.
No, that is.
And he's doing more and more things to alienate himself to us. It's like he doesn't get it at all. Yeah, I compare him with Kwame. Kwame's the same kind of shit. Here are two people, Kwame and Trump.
I look at Kwame as a way more respectable human being than Trump.
No, I know. I put him on the same level. But the point I'm making...
I think the difference was Kwame was black and Trump was white.
But the point I'm making is, here are two people that could have been great, could have been looked up to by... Kwame could have been the governor of Michigan if he had done the right job.
Possibly gone on president, too.
Possibly, if he had done the right thing. You got the opportunity to be great and do the right thing.
But he wanted to be corrupt like everyone else.
And you threw it away.
Well, he
For
got
what?
Because he got up. For one, the only way to get there is to be corrupt. So to think that somebody was not corrupt to get there.
I disagree with that. I think there are people that aren't corrupt that are politicians. I heard something on the radio on the way over here. A guy, this jockey on the radio said he didn't like any politics. All politicians were full of shit. That's not true.
No, not all of them are full of
No.
shit. Most of them are.
Yes, I agree. But we can't throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Yeah, I know. But we got to actually get people in there who have the same values.
We have to get everyday people.
Which is hard because this has been a club that's
Well,
been
it
going
needs
on
to
forever.
be the younger generation.
We need to change
The problem is even the younger generations, the only ones that have a chance are people who are in the club.
See, exactly. That's why we got to take the money out of it. See, that's the problem. Look at all the money the TV companies make on politics. They make trillions.
Oh, dude.
They make trillions, man.
Off
Look at all the
ads.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And those ads run every 15 minutes. Pow,
It's
pow,
all dark
pow.
money too. It's all money.
So the
that
television
comes
people,
from-
they love it. They're not going to try it. They don't want to change shit. The status quo don't want to change shit. That's why the everyday person, what they're doing now, protesting every day, that's how you change it.
It feels like
I don't know. It don't make sense though. Like
What?
it's all like everybody's scratching each other's back. Like the advertisements pay for the show to get made. So
but this is on a
so
different level than
you
it
guys
was.
enjoy the show and you want to watch it. So you have to put up with the ads. So that comes with a certain amount of subliminal messaging.
except for Netflix and other streaming services have proven that people don't want ads. They would rather pay for a service.
I'm not saying people
HBO
want
is a
ads.
perfect example that people, if they have a choice, would choose to pay for a service over actually letting you funnel ads in their face. Like that's what's
And
going to happen.
Google is bad with that. Google is really bad.
Because they're mad.
I-
Facebook's the same way. It's
I,
all
do,
about making
I think
ads.
Google is even worse, though. I do. I think Google is even worse.
I heard the guy talk about it on Andrew Yang's podcast about, like, if you want to change things, one of the ways to change things is make those, you have to pay to play. Like, if you want to use Facebook, it's a monthly, not a monthly, but a yearly, however they want. You know what I'm saying? Not these free socialistic systems set up to give you free stuff for nothing.
Yeah, I could see having to pay to use Facebook or Instagram, and then it would show a certain level of devotion, and there'd be a certain amount of accountability.
Well,
because
you know what?
your
That-
bank book would be affected.
And I would also make sure you would also make sure who the like. It's one of those things where there's no. I think the biggest issue is there's no paper trail. You don't know that if it
how
was
many
Joe
fake
Soros
accounts
or if it was the
or-
Koch brothers that made that ad, because it went through 15 different fucking entities.
And you'll never know unless
Yeah.
they tell you.
Yep. But you have no. They disconnect.
So what do? Get rid of all ads. No ads. Period. None.
I don't think you can do that because you need.
Yeah, you can.
No. If I want to compete.
Subscriptions.
No, but I'm talking for normal, like, we're growing cannabis, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if we want to compete, eventually we're going to have to start paying for ads. At some point, you're going to have to get your name out there. You'll have word of mouth, which is good, but if you get big enough, even word of mouth, Budweiser needs to say, hey, don't forget about us. So it's one of those things where that's different than... Because you know where the money is coming from. You know that Budweiser is actually paying people to fucking make these ads so you want to drink their beer.
Oh, yeah.
It's different than a political ad where it says paid for by this person, which is a dark entity which basically gets funneled in money from who knows where.
There are thousands of companies in the United States that never advertise that are big as fuck.
That's fine. I get that.
People want.
But I'm saying, I'm just
When
saying.
you bring in advertising,
You
you're
need
bringing
podcasts for advertising.
But yeah, I know, and I'm against that. When you bring in when I say advertising, I'm not talking about necessities in life. I'm talking about a lot of the trivial bullshit ads that are everywhere. Ads that are put there by people with bad intentions. All kinds of shit.
I'm talking about political.
I don't think it should be any political ad.
That's my point. That's the ones I'm talking about.
Oh.
That's where
should
the
be-
money comes in.
Exactly, and that's why a poor man can't run for president because you have to have money. So you take the ads out. And there are countries don't. I think what is it? Is it Sweden or Switzerland? One of those countries.
It's not Sweden.
They don't do They don't advertise no political ads. The season for politics is only like 2 months long. They get it over with. No ads. Everyday people can get into the government.
Here's the shame, though. We live in a society where people love to live vicariously through celebrities, so they watch, like, people that actually do watch TV and watch, like, Ellen DeGeneres or, like, an Oprah type, interview show where they're interviewing these celebrities when if we actually cared about the way the government was going, we would have our congressmen speaking of views on these TV shows and programs and letting people formulate opinions based on their views
Fairness Doctrine Act.
Instead of...
Say that again?
Fairness Doctrine Act. There
Yeah.
used to be a fucking act that said that if I said something about you on my show, whether it was a news program
Yep.
or just an opinion program, you had to give me
Time
airtime
for
to
the other.
opinion to actually come across and defend myself.
Yep.
So they got rid of that in the 80s, and the reason why they got rid of it was for free speech. And you look at the way Trump is doing what he does, he can post what he wants, but he's mad because you fact-checked him. Literally, you fact-checked him, which is basically what the Fairness Act was. You're never going to see that. They want the world to be this confusing way it is because they make more money off it.
Well, if there's a separation and you think that,
America.
government is complex, then you're just going to be like, well, I'm going to stay out of government because government's not cool. That's bad business. That's where bad people are. Like, if people should want to go into government. People should want to affect their society. People like that should be just as,
Yeah, but there's people
alluring job as being a doctor, because being a doctor is no fun show.
Again, I'm going to go back to this again. It's all a simulation. And all these things are stuff to keep us diverted from the real issue. Is who is really running this shit. It's not our government, I don't think, or any government is running this shit, man. It's too crazy. Come on. Look at the shit that's going on around the world right now. It's insane shit going on everywhere.
I mean,
And it's just too... It's like I was talking about the other day. Kaepernick took a knee, right?
Yeah.
This whole thing got started because somebody put a knee in somebody's neck.
There's a lot of
Somebody
stuff.
took a knee. I mean, it's crazy how it is. So...
but putting a knee in someone's neck is not uncommon in the police force. That's the problem.
Oh, that's an old saying in the black community. The white man has his foot on my neck.
Yeah.
That's an old saying.
Yeah,
Because they've been doing it
since forever.
forever.
Yeah.
Forever. I remember when I was a kid, man, police used to chase us. If they caught you, and you didn't do anything wrong. But if they saw you in a white area, and they caught you, they beat your ass, man. And put you, and think they'll ask you where you live at. And if you told them where you live, they'd take you 5 or 6 miles away from your house and put you out the car. Yeah.
So you would.
So you have to walk home.
Now I know, but you couldn't tell them somewhere else. You'd be like, because they may take you fucking 10 miles away.
Yeah,
from your house.
but you didn't know they were going to do it.
Yeah.
You have to understand something. You didn't know they were gonna do that shit.
Did you? Like, I don't know, man. I mean, I'm not trying to. Yes, where the problem is. Trying to relate when I never can.
Yeah, you can relate. Yeah, sure you can. You can relate. You just don't want to believe it.
No, I want to believe it. I know it's not good.
So you
I've
can
been
relate
bitching
to
about the
But-
cops for a
but
long
what's
time.
the-
Oh, you mean because of your experiences with the police? Is that what you're talking
Yeah,
about?
my experiences are bad, but they're not anywhere close to what normal black person has to deal with.
Black or...
But see,
a lot of poor people deal with that just too.
Yeah, but
You
it's
go to
different.
poor areas.
Hold on. Again, yes, I was a poor person, so yes, I dealt with it. But my fear of the cops wasn't about dying. I
No.
wasn't worried about a cop killing me. I was worried about
Right.
a cop literally ruining my life financially.
I got you.
Because if a cop gives me the wrong ticket, I can't afford to pay it. I go to jail for who knows how long
You're right.
until, and then when you get in jail, life changes. Because you could be one of two things: a dead guy or a guy that's killed. You know what I'm saying? There's like, depending on the prison and where you end up,
And who you're surrounded by.
you could go
It
from
could
a normal
change you. It
person
can change you.
and come out a fucking
Happens all the time.
psychopath.
Happens all the time.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, I'm lucky in that sense that I got harassed, but I never felt like I was going
You
to
might
die.
get killed.
Yes. I never once in my life was like, they're going to shoot me.
Yeah.
Because I've even told the cop to fuck off while he was carrying me away in handcuffs.
Yeah. See,
You know what I'm saying?
See,
I'm
I
18
don't-
years
I
old.
don't think
Well, it's Holly.
that's
Okay.
crazy though.
It's Holly. Hold on.
well, a lot of people tell
What-
police to fuck off. That's nothing unusual.
Yeah.
I've
They do
seen
that all
what
the time.
happens.
Well, let me tell you the
seen
story.
what happens.
So
you don't. It
Carrie
doesn't
Nation
work
is
out
a festival
well.
that happens in Holly every year, and it's about this old fucking bitch. It's fucking crazy, but it's about this old bitch back in Prohibition times, right around Prohibition. She basically went in and destroyed all, because Holly was a bar town because it's a train stop. So because there's two trains that intertwine, two tracks that intertwine from two different railroads. So it's like a spot for people to.
So she was a...
She was a prohibitionist and went in and destroyed all the bars.
What did they call them back then, though? They called them something.
I don't fucking know. Puritan. She's
No,
a Puritan.
it's a name for
That's the
them.
religion that they're.
Yeah, but it was a name for that, for women. Suffrage?
No, it wasn't the women's suffrage.
It wasn't?
She was about. She wasn't about the women's suffrage. She was
Okay.
about Jesus saying you can't drink alcohol.
She was anti-alcohol.
And she would go and destroy bars. And one of the bars, like
Oh, yeah, what was her name? I know you're talking
Carrie
about.
Nation.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
Right, Carrie Nation.
And they had They have a festival every
Carrie
year.
Nation Festival?
Yeah, and it's one of the biggest times of the year for the hotel. So like, I ended up working like a 13-hour shift. Now, the Carrie Nation Festival, the hotel does a fucking beer tent in their parking lot
Mm-hmm.
to celebrate the bitch that took out beer
Yeah.
from the parking lot.
Yeah.
So,
The irony of that.
yeah. So it's like, I go to work at 9, leaving at 1. Right? It's 1 in the morning. Me and my buddy Joey, he's going to drive me to the store. I'm going to get cigarettes and then I'm going to get dropped off at my house. You know what I'm saying? I hadn't been kicked out of my parents' house yet.
Uh-huh.
So I'm 18. Just got out of high school. And so September, it's literally the September before I graduate.
Okay.
So he takes me, blah, blah, blah. No, September after I graduated. That's what it was. Because it was, I graduated and then I got kicked out by October.
Okay.
Before the end of the year. So he, we walk in and we go, because we couldn't park obviously in the parking lot because it's a beer tent. So we had to park out somewhere else by these railroad tracks. So we're standing there, and as I'm standing there about to get in Joey's car, I see fireworks go off. And they have to be at least 300 yards from me. You know what I'm saying? They're not very close.
Okay.
And it's literally one of those little fucking, you light it, like 12, like boop, 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 boop,
Yeah.
and that was it. So this cop, like, because I'm standing and the hotel's over this way about 300 yards. There's a parking lot to a park across the railroad tracks about 250 yards right there. And I'm standing here and he whips around, stops, whips back, shines a spotlight on Joey's car, and then walks beelines right to me. And and then bam, I'm in handcuffs.
For what?
And that's what I'm asking. That's why I said, "What the fuck you doing? Why the fuck? What the fuck, man? Why the fuck are you got me in handcuffs? This is fucking bull." And I'm like, "You fucking kidding me?" And he just pushing me across, like, and he said that he saw my pants because I had mushroom pants on. I was a chef, so I was working in the kitchen and I had chef pants that had mushrooms on them.
Right.
And he saw those pants. That's what he told us, me and Joey. But then he told the cop that showed up next that he saw my shirt. And it was like, and I'm just like, what the? And they couldn't.
But what was it? What were they fucking with you for?
Lighting off fireworks.
Oh, they thought you did it.
He thought I did it. And the whole time, I'm like, dude, do you hear me talking right now? You see how fucking fat I am? And I was probably a little bit smaller than I am now. But I'm like, I'm so out of shape. If I'd have fucking even come, like, couldn't even talk.
How'd you get from there to here?
How did I get from there to there?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It literally was like a split second. How the fuck did I get from 200 yards? How did I run 300 yards in 30 seconds? Well, I don't know how long it was, but
well, it doesn't
either
make a
way.
difference.
Yes, I understand my privilege. If it was in a small town, if I was a darker skinned person, I probably would have fucking had a lot of more issues. I probably wouldn't have got away with it. I didn't do anything wrong, but I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get the rest. No, it's alright. But, yeah, that was, and then that exact guy harassed me multiple times the next couple of years because I was walking a lot. I'd walk home.
Yeah, so he made a little target out of you. He was bored.
Every time he'd pull me over, he'd be pulling me over.
He's probably bored. Say, I'll fuck with this motherfucker again.
Yeah. And I think he just pulled, like, if you're in Holly and you're walking down the street and you look like I did, a poor fucking punk kid that probably partying, you're gonna get pulled the fuck over. You know what I'm saying? Like, they might have got pulled over too. Yeah. But we're talking like, there ain't no hot chicks in Holly walking at 3 in the fucking morning. It's fucking dorks like me. You know what I'm saying? That's all that's going to be there. There's not going to be... We're talking about Holly, Michigan in the 90s. It's a small town. There's, not many... There wasn't many hot girls in my class.
So, what would the population of Holly be? Back then, roughly?
3 grand at the most.
Oh, that's
less.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it
is small.
Big. Yeah, it's not very big. It's a suburb of Flint, but it has a big township. So it's like the village itself.
It's got size.
I was in the village.
Yeah, yeah.
And the village is only like 3,000 people, which is a lot for the little village it is.
Mm-hmm.
You just call it
the hood?
No.
My village was not a hood. Some of it was. I lived in the old part. My parents' house was built in 1840.
Okay.
1849. It was like one of the original
Been around
farmhouses.
a while.
It was actually the house for the mill that Holly was built on, because Holly was a mill town. They made this pond.
Was it a sawmill?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They had That's why it was the 2 trains would come in, and it was it was a destination, and it was halfway between Pontiac and fucking Flint. Depending on which way you were going. Lansing, if you're going the other way.
Yeah.
So, it was,
like a work zone.
Huh?
Like a work zone. They could get the trees and cut them and...
Yeah, but it would have been bigger if Flint hadn't died. Like, it was basically... say Sterling Heights. Not even Sterling Heights, because Sterling Heights doesn't have a small downtown. It was all farms, and then it became a city.
Yeah.
More like
Romeo's kind of like that.
Romeo, small downtown.
Mm-hmm.
That's what. Yeah, and it was. It looked like it could become like Hamtramck. You know what I'm saying? An actual.
But the industry
city.
left and
Everything left.
Yeah.
And fucking GM left, and GM leaving is what really fucked things up.
Yep.
GM was a huge.
And Flint was a motherfucker back then, man. Oh my God. Everybody that I met from Flint back then, everybody told me horror stories about Flint. Everybody. Oh, my brother got killed, my sister got killed, my uncle got killed. I'm like, what?
Really?
Yeah.
Sucks.
Do you know that there was a time that Flint had the worst
Yeah, crime rate in
crime in the
country.
whole United States, man?
Well, they don't have any cops.
Man, those cop shows.
Well, back in the day,
horrible.
all the cops were dirty.
Well, I'm
They
sure
got
were.
busted.
I'm sure they're racist.
It's like Township, Railroad Township. At one time, they had a police force. It might have been 5 or 6 police. They had their own police force, but they were so corrupt that they fired them all. And so Wayne County, and the state police patrol there now, because their police force was so corrupt.
Oakland County too, then, huh?
Yeah, they patrolled.
Yeah, you know, Pontiac don't have police force anymore either.
Yeah, they had a corrupt one
Do you know
too.
what Minnesota's doing?
I think I did. What was it?
Their
They're changing-
city council voted enough that it can't be vetoed by the mayor, and they're basically going to defund and get rid of the police force and replace it with a safety, like, instead of just police, they're going to replace it with
A different. Yeah.
a different system.
Yeah.
So
Now,
you'll probably still
that's-
have police. You'll still have
Oh, you still have police.
police, but no, you'll have police. You'll just have police, but you'll also have people who deal with mental issues
In the community.
and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
so if someone's going nuts and having a crazy, if the police feel like he's mentally, like, they'll call in
They-
someone who knows
Right.
actually how to deal with the mental
Right,
issues
exactly.
instead of
Going up there shooting them.
most cops just think of it like my father does. You can just stop. Like it all. Like I listen to this. It all like. So there's this case. It was on the media. I think it was on the media or it was Radio Lab. And it's about this guy. In I think it was North Carolina. You probably remember the story. He went into a gas station or into a convenience store to buy an orange juice. Didn't buy the orange juice and came out in a hurry because the line was too long and he was taking too long and he was getting a ride. So he came out in a hurry, got pulled over by a cop. Then because he went into a diabetic shock
Mm-hmm.
and got up, went around the car a couple times, sat down and then started having a fucking diabetic seizure.
But
But the police beat the shit out of him and beat the crap out
When
of
he
him.
rightfully should have just sold the fucking orange juice and not went into diabetic shock, and he'd still gotten the same fucking beating.
Yeah. So because the cop, and then they let him go, and when they let him go, they took him to his house and basically just laid him on his fucking property.
Yeah.
No, his front yard.
Yeah.
Uncuffed him and then left his ass.
Fucking shit.
And they got away with it. And the reason why is because of the way the law is written. It's like, did the cop act reasonable? And you got to put yourself in the cop's mindset. The cop thinks the guy's drunk. He has no idea that the guy
it's a medical thing.
issue. Even though the guy is saying that I have a medical card in my wallet, I'm having a seat. Like he's actually proclaiming it.
Oh, so he told him that he was
He's
having.
definitely telling him that. But they, again,
Ignore it.
cops ignore. Like they did what they thought he was drunk,
Yeah.
and they treated him as if he was a drunk.
He's a drunk.
Yeah. So, and it goes back to that's where they're not trained. We spend a lot of money on cops, but we don't spend the right money on cops.
On the right training.
We don't spend any money on training.
Yeah.
It should be a lot harder to be a cop
Then it is.
than it is.
Just
You're
because
right.
you went into the service
Yes.
and you got an honorable discharge doesn't mean you can just automatically be a policeman.
No, you should
But that's what
definitely
they do.
My buddy George says Steven. They just put Steven with exclamation points. So I think that's him yelling, Steven. George! I figured that's what I would do back.
Well, but who's Steven? That's
Me.
who. Oh, yeah.
That's what it's saying.
Forget my goddamn name.
I just know Fox or Steve, you know. And so Steven is long for Steve.
Yes,
What is Stefan long for?
Steve.
That's what I thought.
But Stefan is just a different spelling.
Yeah.
Some people spell their name Steven. Steven with the PA, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some people don't. My grandfather's name was spelled that way. My dad and my great grandfather's were.
It's crazy. English crazy. It is,
Silly,
man. Words to start with a P sound like an F. All kind of crazy shit.
Yeah, but if you actually think about other languages and how tonal they are
I
compared
don't.
to ours.
I don't know any other languages, so.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but they're more tonal. They're more about, like, you can have the same word, but the way you say it.
Oh yeah, I see. The meaning could be
Yeah,
different,
like
but
that.
when you express the word.
Stephanie.
Like Russian.
Stephanie.
Yeah, thanks, bud.
This Russian dude, I go, hey, how do you say your name? And he goes, Michael. And I was looked at it and I was like, I guess.
You were looking at the Russian spelling of it.
Yeah.
Oh, Michael, is it Mical?
No, it was like it looked like there was a K in there for sure. Like it was just it did not look right.
No, it's not gonna look right.
There was way too many letters.
Oh,
in it.
Micah, yeah.
Yeah, the Russian thing is crazy.
Oh yeah, and it was like IA.
And you got to be able to pronounce that shit right. It's crazy, man.
Oh man, they have the roughest time saying R's. They're just W's. A lot of R's are W's.
So do you think we gotta start from the bottom? Like, I mean,
No, you don't
I
start.
just think there needs to be accountability.
No, look.
There's too much. The world used to be a lot different when paperwork was everything. So that's one of the reasons why one police department didn't know anything about the other police department.
Huh.
Now we live in a world where that's not the thing. Everything goes into a computer and then can be uploaded, so you can find out anything from anywhere in the world, except for these police departments. They still keep everything in house, and it's like, why? Why are you secretive? That's the number one thing in the world that bugs the fuck out of me with government and everything else is people who are okay with the secret.
Well, you just have to change the way.
Well, it's war. You gotta blah blah blah.
Well,
You're not at war
they're
with the people.
trained, but they're trained to think
I know,
like
I
that.
know, I know.
That's part of the problem.
I did see the what's
See,
his name?
these guys are nice guys. Don't get me wrong. These guys, their intentions are right.
What about the war
But
on
they're
drugs?
kind of screwed around a little bit in the brain there. They need the proper training to get that out.
But is it because they come into a situation where they're literally put into a war on drugs?
A war on people.
No, fuck the people. It's again, why would you be? There's no reason to have a war on people unless you have this other reason, which is the drug reason.
Have you ever been through military training before of any kind?
No.
What? I was in the military, but I was in the ROTC. That compares to the military, but I had a lot of training that they give military people.
Okay.
And from rifles to first aid to reading maps, all that stuff, right? And one thing that they express upon you is to be loyal, don't question authority,
Yes,
okay?
I understand that.
And these guys are trained like that. And they're also trained to be killers. They're trained to kill. And they're sent to places where they're dealing with brown people more than anything else. Okay? So if you go over to Afghanistan or Iraq and all that stuff, and you've been dealing with brown people that are trying to blow your ass up, and you don't know who to trust, is it a kid,
Yeah, I've
is
heard
it going to be a
that
woman? Yeah, it's crazy. But it affects your mind. When you come back here, you're in a community patrolling, you're patrolling in a brown community again. And you're seeing things that you saw over there, and you're misplacing them over here, and you're doing the same thing.
I don't know. I feel like I feel safer, like just when people know that they don't have to fear. That's why I like when I go to places and everybody has guns, because I'm like,
You like it when you go to business and everybody has guns.
yeah, because I'm just like, sweet, nobody's fucking around. Like nobody ever.
That's weird.
Nobody ever starts shit, because if everybody's got a gun, then like it's just kosher.
No, but that's not true.
Everybody acts accordingly.
But that's not true.
Until somebody gets shot.
Believe me, places where they let you have a gun easily and you can just walk around with a gun, they have shootouts all the time. You know, you got road rage motherfuckers. You know what I mean? And they got guns.
Well, road rage is a different thing. I think that road rage, I actually don't think that you should be allowed to have a gun in a vehicle. As much as I do think that you should be able to carry a gun. Like, I agree with you gotta keep it locked up and shit. Because
They make a big deal out of it.
because I have road rage, dude. I have road rage like a motherfucker. Steve knows. Steve knows. He's heard the stories. Once I fucking parked my car across fucking both lanes so no traffic could stop because a guy was he was honking and cutting me off and honking cutting me off, so I just got fed up and I fucking turned my car across both lanes going southbound, and I fucking got out and I started walking up to his car to beat his ass. I was gonna drag him out of the car. For sure.
Damn.
You fucked with me one too many times, dude. You can't mess with somebody on a bad day.
That was a bad day.
Well, look at Falling Down. Remember that movie?
Yeah, I remember that movie.
I mean, it goes back to...
You like act accordingly because you never know when somebody might get out of their car and beat your fucking ass. And I might have gotten my ass beat too, but I saw him shaking and rolling his windows up. So
He was shaking and rolling his windows up.
yeah, I couldn't. I just got in my car and I was like, not going to jail today. I was like,
Yeah, it's not worth it.
That guy he pooped.
Traffic shit's not worth it, you know.
No.
I've had people cut me off and give me the finger and all that shit, and I just look at them and keep on driving.
Usually, most days, yeah.
Yeah, this
You
one.
get, I'm not gonna let you get to
Huh?
me.
Most days.
Okay.
But
See, I'm kind of being led right now by a Hindu god. I'm referring to this particular Hindu god for guidance.
Okay.
So
Who? T-Pain? T-Pain's he's got that shitty, he's got shitty music.
T-Pain,
Yeah.
he's a rapper. No, I think he's kind of a rapper, a little bit. Rapper
He's
and
an
vocalist.
auto-tune guy.
And vocalist.
He's all auto-tune. But,
Oh, but he doesn't need, he can sing. He has a really good voice without the auto-tune. But he's one of the people that kind of introduced auto-tune to a lot of people.
yeah, because he was on that stupid Masked Singer or some shit.
Well, I've never looked at that. I've never seen that.
Electric dryer? I can ask Double O. Yeah, I will.
Not to put any pressure on you or anything, but could you hook me up some clones as soon as you can?
Okay. Are we done talking now, or are we going to shut this off?
Are you done?
I don't know. You just bringing up clones and shit.
Yeah. Whatever, just let me know.
Yeah, I want to get them in the ground in June. They're going outside.
In June?
This is June.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should have fucking told me like a month ago. Phones take like 2 to 3 weeks before they go in dirt.
As soon as you can get it.
Okay. That means put them in tomorrow. I'm going to actually bring home one of the extra cloners I have, and I think I'm going to use that to try to root out these potato slips. Because you see my sweet potato in the front?
Yeah.
That thing is gone crazy.
Yeah.
I'm pretty positive. I think I need to grow them on the front. Because I don't think there's going to be enough heat. Because by the time the sun...
The shade.
Yeah, by the time the sun is at that hot point, in my house, it's up on the front. So I
Right.
think that's why it's taking over so well, is because it's getting that real hot sun.
It's getting the good
So I
sun.
think I'm going to grow the sweet potatoes on the front porch.
That'd be sweet. That'd be sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet potatoes.
my backyard, I think, is too hot because I kept trying to pop seeds in the back.
Well, yeah, for regular, for
But-
that. I told you, they have to be like, why do you think I got the screen?
Do you know anybody that's a good artist? I need to have a logo made, but I need a really good artist.
Like, what kind of logo?
for my smoke monkeys. I need to make
McGrath's good.
I have an idea in my mind what I want the logo to look like, but I can't. I'm not that good.
Me either. I will. It's Josh. His name's Josh McGrath. I will text him and tell him to call you.
Okay, cool. Sounds
You can
good.
Tell him your logo.
Sounds good. Alrighty then.
All right, hold on.
I'm starving like Marvin. Go home and eat.